Hey everyone, welcome to MMA Overdrive. I'm your host, Jasmin Chase, and we're here with Jonathan Brookins, the Ultimate Fighter 12 winner. And since winning, you've been able to rub elbows with some of the heavies like Rashad Evans and Forrest. What's that like?
I met Rashad once back in the day, but I haven't really seen those guys too much. But it's been nice to meet some of my favorite fighters, like meeting BJ Penn and getting to train with him and stuff. That stuff's been like the most phenomenal experiences that I could ever ask for as a mixed martial artist.
And how has your life changed since winning?
It changed for the better, but I kind of, made a good thing bad for a little bit, and now I'm kind of coming full circle and just starting to kind of really just love the opportunity that's in front of me. Kind of really, it's taken almost a whole year, but now I see how incredible this opportunity is. It's wild how it worked, but I'm just really thankful for being able to be able to compete in the UFC.
And what was your experience like when you fought Michael Johnson, which ultimately earned you your contract in UFC?
That was a crazy fight, man. Michael's too tough, man. He just beat on me for a little while, and I was able to persevere and come back. But that whole experience was just great. Those guys are great. I always find myself missing those guys, and just thankful for the group of guys that I got to meet on that show, and it's Michael being one of them, so it was really cool.
And mental growth is the foundation of progression as a fighter. How have you matured and grown since then?
I made a lot of mistakes since then, and that's kind of what kind of ultimately led to my growth. You kind of learn through trial and error, and that was just kind of like my big thing. I kind of mentally wasn't really in the right spot, wasn't doing the right things after the Ultimate Fighter. I think in the Ultimate Fighter it was real easy because it was 6 weeks isolation, so that was perfect for me. I didn't have any distractions, but after the Ultimate Fighter, I kind of let a lot of the distractions kind of influence my life, or I enjoyed the distractions, so it was my own fault.
I want to talk about being on Team GSP. What kind of training did you guys do?
We did all sorts of fun stuff, man. George was he was cool. He didn't push us, grind us into the ground, but he let us do a lot of fun stuff, because the cameras were going to be on. I thought George might be one of those types of people that'd be well, I'm only going to show you a couple things and, maybe not take it seriously, but he literally opened up his whole everything to us. It was so incredible and so cool. So he's that type of person. I wish I would have followed up after the show and continued to train with him, because he's just such an awesome guy to train with.
And Freddie Roach and Mike Tyson were both brought in as specialists. Dude, those guys are like icons. What was going through your head?
It was pretty intense, having seen Mike Tyson, man. I think all of us were a little starstruck. A couple guys didn't know who he was. Cody McKenzie didn't really know who he was, I don't think, but said he watched him on YouTube after he got off the show and was like, what the Mike Tyson, man, that was the main one for me. Freddie Roach was really cool. He's an icon right now, doing a lot of good work with Pacquiao and stuff, so it was cool to kind of have him share what he does. We were all southpaws too, so, and he coaches one of the best southpaws in the world, so he was able to share with us. It was cool.
And I know that you've done a whole bunch of different types of training methods, ones that focused on listening to your body, like with BJ Penn in Hawaii, or ones that were really strict and tight scheduled. Which one did you prefer, or were you able to adjust properly to all the different types?
I think the best is finding the balance, finding a balance between both of those. I see a lot of guys who they flourish really well on this strict, tight schedule, military type stuff, and then there's a lot of people who are kind of loose. I think that's really important. I think if you train too hard and you don't listen to your body, you're going to burn out, but if you're able to if you're able to stay strict and listen to your body at the same time, I think that's ultimately the best. That's the best balance. I like to be loose and carefree. Yeah, I don't like that strict stuff, man.
I get that vibe from you.
Yeah, but I need the strict stuff, So it's kind of that's the catch-22. I don't like to be strict and stuff, but I need to do it to be successful. So I got to do it.
And finally, what's next for you?
It's looking like they're talking about putting me in January. So Lord, please let them give me a good fight and let me just do well, because I know I need it. So that's what I'm shooting for.
Well, good luck, and I'll let you get back to your fans and stuff. For MMA Overdrive, I'm your host, Jasmin Chase.